Good day, everyone. We are the Group 5 and we are here to discuss the Chapter 14, which is the rural and urban communities here in the Philippines. So, first, let me present to you me and my partner, Rochelle Bachicha. We are the presenters and the reporters for today. So, before we discuss the rural and urban communities here in the Philippines, let us first identify what is community. So, the community is a group of people in a given territory. A territory is a place where a group of people live together, work, and exchanges ideas with each member and bonded by a common interest. A community can be a neighborhood, a sitio, a barangay, or a subgroups like a community of miners, priests or missionaries, a community of artists or doctors, teachers, or engineers. A very small community is called sitio, group of families, while the biggest one can be a city or a metropolis where millions of people are residing. So there are two major types of communities. We have the rural and urban communities. So how can we identify if it's rural or urban? So we have here the criteria. So many sociologists consider the following as criteria in their classification of a certain community. So, ito yung criteria nila para malaman nila kung urban ba o rural ang isang community. So, we have the number of people. So, yung density o dami ng tao sa community na yon, nature of work or occupation, kung ano yung work or occupation nila sa community na yon, then interaction of people among themselves, kung paano sila makipag-interact sa isa't isa, social stratification and social norms, conduct, and lifestyle. So, kung ano yung lifestyle nila sa community na yon. Next, i-discuss naman natin kung ano ang rural community. So, ang rural community, according to Curtin and Kahn in 2015, community is a type of society which is usually perceived and understood to be located outside the city and towns. So, the scenery includes diversity of geological and geographical landscapes. This community is often croplands, woodland, forest, plains, deserts, grasslands, rivers, lakes, etc. Buildings are few, businesses are limited, and people are minimal, and households are even scattered. A rural community has a low population density. So, ang example na itong rural community natin is yung mga provinces, lalo na dito sa ating bansa, which is the Philippines. So, yung mga example nito is yung sa islands. Yan, mga rural communities or rural areas ang tawag doon. So, according to Palispis in 2007, moreover, a community is rural when the people live in contiguous farms. Yan, sa farms, their chief occupations and interests are fishing and farming. So, ang pinakapamumuhay nila doon is about fishing and farming, which is yung more on agriculture sila. So, and they have certain interests and purposes to common actions. So, now dadako na tayo sa rural families. So, sa rural families, so the father is the breadwinner and goes out to work. So, halimbawa sa provinces, sila yung mga nagsasaka, sila yung mga nangingisda. So, yung mga father, yan, sa provinces, sila yung mga nagtatrabaho. So, sa mga provinces na to, sila ay patriarchal, which means nakadepende sila sa mga father or ayan. Then the mother stays in the house to take care of their children and the household chores. So yung mga mother or yung mga kababaihan sila, nag-stay sila sa bahay para alagaan at atupagin or gawin yung mga gawaing bahay. Next is rural life. So simple and sacred. So, ang pamumuhay sa mga rural areas and rural communities, so simple lang. hindi sila bongga na katulad dito sa atin sa city. Then people are engaged in agriculture, so yun nga, dahil nga ang pangunahing occupation doon is fishing and more on agriculture, fishing and farms. So engaged sila masyado doon sa part na yon. Then people are attached in religious beliefs. So masyado silang relihiyoso. Then conservative about their faith. So kung ano yung paniniwala nila, yun talaga ano sila sa paniniwala nila. Next is unmodernized. So hindi ito katulad dito na sunod-sunod yung mall, ganon, or magkakatabi yung mall katulad sa Maynila. Dito limitado or kadalasan walang mall. Then yung mga bahay dito is hindi ganon ka modern katulad dito sa atin, na which is yung mga bintana ay glass. Sa provinces and rural areas, ang mga bintana doon ay kahoy, ganon. So next is the belief system. According to Chester L. Hunt, as cited by Police Peace in 2007, the rural culture is characterized as religiosity is intertwined and animistic and adherence to superstitious belief. So, yung belief system ng rural communities is masyado silang naniniwala sa superstition, yung mga ganon, sa mga aswang, sa mga hindi maipaliwanag na mga bagay, mga ganyan. Next is belief in the power of unknown and occurrence of miracles. So, naniniwala sila sa mga hiwaga, sa mga milagro, yan, ganyan. Then, prime importance is given to fiestas or annual festivities. So, dito sa mga probinsya or sa rural communities natin, kapag fiesta or mga ganyang okasyon, bongga or magarbo yung mga okasyon nila na ganyan. Next is fiesta celebration. Fiesta is an annual celebration in honor of a specific patron saint. So, example nito is yung fiesta ni San Juan, fiesta ni San Isidro Labrador, yan, yung mga santo. Yan. Fiesta is a thanksgiving of the rural folks for the blessings and good harvest they have from the Lord through the intercession of their patron saint. So, itong fiesta is parang pagpapasalamat nila or thanksgiving para sa mga santo. Yan. Dahil sa mga natanggap nilang blessings at magandang harvest throughout the year. Next, problem and challenges of rural communities. So, ito yung mga kadalasan or laging problema sa ating rural areas and communities. So, limited medical and healthcare services. So, katulad nga na discuss ko kanina, magkakalayo yung bahay dito, and sa sobrang unmodernized ng lugar na to, ng mga rural communities natin, hindi madaling maabot ng healthcare services yung bawat bahay, dahil isa din sa problema ng rural communities natin is yung lack of public transportation. So, dahil magkakalayo nga yung kanilang bahay or magkakalayo, ilang metro din ang layo ng bawat isa doon, nahihirapan silang makatulong agad. Next is poverty or kahirapan, low income and employment. So, dahil nga puro agricultural activities lang ang kaya dito sa rural communities. So, hindi ganun kataas or kalakas yung income na nakukuha nila, and yung employment rate is depende lang kung may sarili kang lupa. Yan. The next slide will be presented and discussed by Rochelle Bachicha. So I'm giving the platform to Miss Rochelle.
Now, let's talk about the urban community. The urban community is usually referred to as the city or a developed community. It is characterized by a dense population. People are always busy. People are working in the offices, industries, and business establishments. People are dependent on their wages and updated in terms of technologies, fashion, and lifestyle. The life in the city is fast moving. Most of the urban people are always in a hurry, always on the go, and they leave their houses early in the morning for work and return mostly late in the evening. The people are having little free time for themselves. Their working day is usually longer than their rest time at night. According to the study, more than half of the country's population, or 51.2%, is now living in urban areas nationwide, PSA 2015. The rate of urbanization in the country has also increased to 4.6% between 2010 and 2015 from 4.4% between 2007 and 2010. This means that a total of 51.73 million persons resided in places classified as urban. Urban community is a place with high density of population, a place with the availability of basic requirements, a place of good resources, a place of with a lot of opportunities for employment, and a place which can be considered as life-giving for luxurious desires. Next is the urbanization. It is the process by which rural areas are transformed into urban areas. This transformation process brings out a number of consequences, like for example, gigantic concentrations of people, poor sanitation, high crime rates, rapid housing, constructions that leads to overcrowding and increase in formal settlers, traffic problems, high degree of adaptation of secular values, extreme division of labor, declining value of closeness among relatives, stress due to the inability to meet the family household obligations, for example, rentals, utility bills, and etc., and increasing number of live-ins, cohabitation, extramarital activities, changes in norms on courtship and marriage practices, traditional values patterns has changed, for example, taking care of the aged parents, declining parent-child relations, having a strong positive attitudes towards self, and lastly is declining love and respect for the elderly. In urban centers, various types of banks and credit and financial facilities have developed. Business establishments have become more democratic and free. With the rising cost of living, the so-called underground economy developed. It is manifested in the selling commodities like foodstuffs, clothes, imported items, jewelry, insurance, education, and memorial plans in the offices and schools. Next is the urban life. Urban life is characterized by selective friendship, impersonal social interaction, mobility, and transiency. The lifestyle of people living in an urban area is frequently stereotyped as being more hectic or at a faster pace than that of the residents living in a less populated center or in a rural setting. Oftentimes, the working hours go beyond 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. amidst their busy day or busy life in the day. Some will still find time after work to relax and to unwind. Some would go to the bar to chill out. It also said that in the city, you can buy everything. Money is always necessary for a day-to-day living. Although not many of them, there are some people who want to go on a gadget that is top of the line. Next is the metropolitan cities. Metropolitan area is also called as the metropolis. It is composed of a major city together with its suburbs and nearby cities, towns, and environs over which the major city exercises a commanding economic and social influence. Metropolis is from the Greek word meaning mother city. Metro city is a large urban area which has a population of more than 1 million within city limits. It is must also have all major transport facilities like railways, airports, bus terminals, large road network in other cities and towns. A metropolitan area is a region consisting of a densely populated urban core, and it is a less populated surrounding territories sharing industry, infrastructure, and housing. Next is the metropolitan areas in the country. There are three official metropolitan areas in the country. It is composed of Metro Manila in Luzon, Metro Cebu in Visayas, and Metro Davao in Mindanao. First is the Metro Manila in Luzon, with 15 neighboring cities and 1 municipality. These are the Caloocan City, Las Piñas City, Makati City, Malabon City, Mandaluyong City, City of Manila, Marikina City, Muntinlupa City, City of Nabotas, Parañaque City, Pasay City, Pasig City, Pateros, Quezon City, San Juan City, Taguig City, and the Valenzuela City. Next is the Metro Cebu in Visayas, which is composed of 13 progressive towns and cities. And these are the Carcar, Cebu City, Compostela, Consolacion, Cordova, Danao, Lapu-Lapu or Upon, Lilawon, Mandaue, Minglanilla, Naga, San Fernando, and Talisay. And lastly is the Metro Davao in Mindanao, with 7 progressive towns and cities. And these are the Carmen, Davao City, Digos, Panabo, Samal, Santa Cruz, and Tagum City. That's all, and thank you for listening.